Playing the Rolex waiting game might be something we've all heard of before, but admitting to buying a Rolex you never had the desire for in the first place is probably something you never hear people say. Rolex has brought a new style to vogue, where you can't get what you want without the patience of a Zen master. In this video, we will take you through the boulevard of tolerance and survival to play the nouveau waiting list game till the end. While Rolex is concerned with production, its dealers have the luxury of determining to whom specific wristwatches are allocated. It's a game of movement on the list. You need to watch this video till the end to know how all of these play out and how to survive the game of buying what you never wanted to get that Rolex model you want. Greenhorns in the world of collecting the enchanted Rolex may be astonished when they step into a dealer's store, only to discover that they cannot purchase what their hearts had always longed after. It becomes a big shock when people are willing to pay a premium price for their dream watches, only to be met with a no, disguised as a waiting list. The laws of demand and supply have plunged into action such that demand has gone beyond supply. Hence, there are a lot of wait lists for Rolex watches, especially for some of their models, such as the Daytona, the Submariner, and GMT Master 2, among others. These waitlists can have buyers waiting for years in the hope of a watch that they're capable of purchasing in the present. In waiting for what their heart solely desires, buyers are left with no choice but to ponder how best to shorten the endless waiting lists in their own favor. A competitive mindset in the mind of the watch enthusiast will have him thinking about how best to place his bet on what seemingly looks like a game with Rolex authorized dealers. While some Rolex dealers may deny the existence of waitlists, others accept the truth and sometimes euphemistically refer to it with other names like prospective buyer list. This Rolex craze has welcomed clients willing to pay heavily for a product they may never have. This places a heavy demand on dealers who manage clients' expectations. The prowess of an authorized Rolex dealer comes to play in clients' ranking as they hope to receive their long-awaited new Rolex watches. We will know the expertise of each ad by how proficient they are in managing the long list of prospective buyers. These dealers all have the requirements buyers must meet to be listed among the numbers. For buyers to improve their chances of climbing up on the waiting lists, they must enhance their standing. They must go beyond what used to be just a buyer-dealer relationship to a more serious one, in the hopes of attaining an elusive timepiece that comes with no guarantees. Improving their rank on the list begins from a realization that dealers are the ones in charge of the selection process. Rolex dealers are the sole determiners of who gets on the list to be considered for the hottest Rolex models. This means buyers now have to place themselves in positions where they can earn the favors of sales associates or watch managers. Watch collectors must find common ground with these authorized dealers outside of wristwatches. Common interest on other topics must be built to earn the favor of these people. Creating a genuine connection without pretense is necessary to move up on the list to get your dream watch. Buyers must choose that one Rolex AD they must stick to, the same AD that they would have to spend their money on. This is the foundation for building a solid relationship. Perhaps the 10th watch a particular buyer gets offered will be his dream Rolex sports model, after he must have purchased 9 other models he never liked from the AD. The Rolex AD must see that you hold the brand in high value and must pay for the value. Even though the Rolex brand is capable of manufacturing more of these models, they are not likely to ramp up production. So, while Rolex is concerned with the production, the decision as to who gets the product lies with the AD. In the meantime, gray market dealers can earn the favor of an authorized Rolex dealer, making it harder to purchase one the normal way. It's really incredible how people show the willingness to play the long game. Throughout the waiting process, dedicated customers will find themselves spending on models they have little or no interest in. An authorized dealer can advise buyers to keep buying other alternatives so that they can have a good purchase history that may qualify them for the particular Rolex model they want, in the hopes that one day their dream Rolex stainless steel sports model will be offered to them. Buyers keep buying the alternatives. Since Rolex dealers differ, watch collectors have been forced to go to diverse locations to set up appointments for purchase so as to increase their odds of getting the particular Rolex model they want. They must depend on their luck to help them earn favor with whatever store will meet their wants. Sometimes, this implies building relationships with different ADs and buying various Rolex alternatives across stores. So, while buyers are waiting, they try working their way up with endless purchases of other brand alternatives. And it doesn't matter if they're interested in those alternative models, their purchase history must be loaded regardless. Although this seems like an amazing way to try out and enjoy other models of the Rolex brand, this might as well pass as dealer blackmail to make you spend on what you don't adore. Unlike what some people think, Rolex stores are independent companies. The brand itself does not necessarily own them, and as such, the dealers in those stores have the luxury of determining who deserves particular models of the luxury timepiece. After all, these fancy stores bearing names of the Rolex brand on their doors are totally independent and have only chosen to affiliate themselves with the brand. So it can be assumed that the Rolex brand has little or no control over them, and as such, the business aim of the authorized dealers can differ from that of the brand. Knowing this, buyers just have to get into the good graces of the store or stores, even if it means several purchases of Rolex models that they were never interested in. In this situation, nothing else matters when watch collectors have really set their minds on getting that desired Rolex model. The only thing that counts would be how solid they have established a relationship with the store dealer and its staff. This relationship takes time, effort, and money. Serious networking with an authorized dealer or other ADs across stores is needed. Plans and strategies to foster this relationship can include paying consistent visits, attending organized store parties, narrating special life events about your child or wife, and making them see why you deserve to get the watch rather than others. Flowers and chocolate may become included in a buyer's plan if he perceives that his AD is receptive to it. And for an AD whose heart is fixed on his business only, buyers must keep buying other models to win them over. For some buyers, the fear of missing out sets in when they step into any of these stores. They're quick to forget the original essence of these timepieces, and when they're told that other models other than their desired Pepsi or stainless Submariner is available, they don't want to miss out. For newbies, the last thing they want is to lose out on having one masterpiece from the exquisite Rolex brand. Some watch lovers see other models seated in stores and get their psychology tweaked to purchase what they never intended to buy. This leads to delving into impulse buying since it is a prerequisite for their position to move up the AD's waiting list. They end up purchasing what they never wanted, and on days when rumor or the media speculates a market decline, many can be observed to make the poor choice of panic selling, thereby cheapening the experience of timepiece ownership as both a source of personal pride and a prudent investment in a long-term store of value. The waiting list game is getting harsher and influencing people's watch buying experience. However, if the ultimate goal is to buy that desired Rolex model, then may the best man win.